Hi everyone, today I want to speak to you about money grabbing compulsive line companies who use new and improved instead of being honest and saying we've reduced the production cost, size or quality of this product, but we're going to continue to charge you more because you're brainless sheep who are going to buy it anyway, and we know that you'll never actually take a stand against our company. Well, I think it's time that we do take a stand. I've been thinking about making this video for a while, but a few weeks ago one of my favourite products changed its recipe and they didn't have anything on the package to state that it had changed, and it is so vile now, it is so disgusting that I literally can't even have it anywhere near me, and they haven't even declared it on the packaging. This video isn't just about one product or one company, I'm going to be speaking about a few, but if I miss any out, let me know in the comments some of your products that have been changed over the years that are just not the same anymore. Anybody who knows me in real life knows that I'm addicted to lip balm, and anybody who claims that lip balm isn't addictive is a liar. But anyway, about 2 months ago, I went out and bought some cherry lip balm, and when I first opened it and put it on, I was like, oh, that smells a wee bit strange. Like, it wasn't like so bad, it was just a wee bit different. So I was like, oh, maybe I've just got like something on my lips, or maybe it just needs wiped or something. So then about 2 hours later, I put it on again, and I literally went like that to put it on, and the smell was so repulsive. Like, I was bolting and everything. Like, it was so bad. So I went home and I took pictures of it, and I tweeted Carmex and says, I don't know if you've had any other complaints about this, but I think I've got a bad batch of cherry Carmex. It's disgusting, it's making me feel sick, and it didn't even feel right on the lips. Like, when you use Carmex, it makes your lips slidey, but this felt as if it was drying my lips out. So they got back to me and says that they'd had a few complaints and they would send me out another one. So that was fine, I got my Carmex replaced, and then a couple of days later I went out to buy another one, opened it up again, put it on again. I was like, oh god, that smells a bit weird again. Same thing happened, a couple of hours later, opened it up and I was bolting. Like, literally, it was just so bad, it was vile, it was putrid smelling. So I came back home and I compared the two batch numbers. I messaged Carmex again and I says, look, there's something not right with this Carmex because this is a different batch number and it is absolutely vile, like it's unusable. So they messaged me back and told me that they've changed the recipe to cherry Carmex. And I was like, I was in work, right? And I was reading it, and like anybody who works for me, if you watch my videos, you'll know I hate it when people change things. I hate it when I love something and it gets took away or discontinued. And I thought, surely to God, they haven't deliberately changed Carmex to taste and smell like this. Like, surely that's not deliberate, it must be a mistake. They told me that in the UK they had to change the recipe, but they kept the tingle, and in America they took away the tingle but kept the recipe the same. I mean, don't get me wrong, their customer service was amazing. They got back to me pretty much straight away and they were really informative, but I just can't believe that they would change the recipe to this and just make it so horrific. So I messaged them back and said, you should put on your packaging that the recipe's changed, because then I would be able to go out and buy the old stock instead of having to go out and buy this vile crap, which is just unusable. I'll be going out and spending money and probably coming home and getting hot with this and I can't even use it. So they says that they would pass it on to their team. Needless to say, I've still never seen any Carmex packaging with new recipe on it, and I understand that it costs money to do these things, but people need to know, because I can't even explain how bad this is. Like, I know you think I'm exaggerating, but it really it makes me physically ill. One day I took it into work to let people smell it, and some of them says it wasn't that bad, and I literally went like that to put it on my lips, and I was actually going I had to run to the toilet, that was how bad it was. Obviously Carmex didn't declare on their packaging at all that they had changed the recipe, but then you have some of these other companies who change the recipe and they just blatantly lie and say new and improved. Now, you know that when something says new and improved, it means new and disgusting. One example of this is Cocoa Pops, 30% less sugar. Now, I'm sorry, but if you're a parent or if you're someone who's looking for a healthy breakfast cereal, if there is such a thing as a healthy breakfast cereal, you're not going to pick Cocoa Pops. 30% less sugar Cocoa Pops are so disgusting, so pointless, so vile. It's a complete joke, and the fact that they write new and improved, what's improved about it? The fact that there's less sugar? They're disgusting. They make me sick. So because they've blatantly lied and they've destroyed one of the best cereals out there, I don't eat any Kellogg's cereal anymore. I don't eat any Kellogg's bars. I don't eat anything by Kellogg's because the company is a complete joke. Another company that is so bad that it deserves to go into liquidation, and if you've watched my channel before, you're not going to be surprised here, but it's bars. I used to drink limeade, American cream soda and red cola, and they already contained a percentage of artificial sweeteners, so there was no need to increase the amount of artificial sweeteners in them and completely wreck it. And on all of those drinks, like Pineappleade and all of them, it said new and improved recipe, and it wasn't improved. There was nothing improved about it. Like, I can't even drink the limeade anymore. I tried one bottle of it when it was new and improved, and it actually made you more thirsty. It was just so bad. But on Iron Brew, they didn't even put new and improved because everybody was going on about how the recipe had changed. So basically, every single bar's product now is a diet drink. Diet drinks, they're just not the way forward. And I know people in the comments would be like, you're fat, you could be doing me a diet drink, I should be drinking water, you shouldn't be drinking gin. I don't care what you say, right? Diet drinks are bad for you. If you think that I'm fat or if you've got something to say about how I look, that's fine. You carry on if it makes you happy with your day. But it doesn't change the fact that Iron Brew and all bars drinks are disgusting now. People who drank Iron Brew had full sugar, extra and diet. Extra was basically diet Iron Brew anyway. So why did they have to reduce the sugar in the full sugar Iron Brew? Just so that it would cost less to make, but yet they're actually charging you more for it now. Thousands of people started to boycott the company, and they had the cheek to come out with 1901 and says it was the original Iron Brew, like before the Iron Brew even came out, which was a complete lie. There was no record date anywhere, and 1901 tastes like shit. The company does not care about their customers at all. All they had to do was add a couple of pence onto each bottle and people would have continued to buy it, but their heads are just so up their arse that they don't even care what the customers think. People can blame this on the sugar tax all they want, but there's companies out there who changed their drinks before the sugar tax was even introduced, like Ribena and Lucozade. I don't like Ribena at all anymore. I can drink orange Lucozade, but it's not as nice. I mean, I will say that I can drink it and enjoy it, but you miss the proper taste of Lucozade. And once again, all they had to do was rise the price a little bit. I'd have been happy to pay extra for it. Back when I was growing up, they had a lot of E-numbers in sweets, and now they're saying that can cause problems with children. But they don't give you a choice. They don't say, right, here's some with E-numbers and here's some without E-numbers. Like, they took polo fruits, and I don't even think they sell polo fruits anymore because they ended up totally disgusting. But they used to be like solid colours, and then the last time I bought a packet, they were see-through and totally tasteless, completely pointless. A few weeks ago, before we were on lockdown, I was in the supermarket and I seen a box of Cocoa Pops and I was like, get away from me. And then I looked up at the Sugar Puffs and I thought, at least we've still got Sugar Puffs, they're good. But then just before I posted this video, I was asking people about products that have been changed, and somebody says to me that they've now changed Sugar Puffs and they're called Honey Monster Sugar Puffs and they're coated in real honey and they're disgusting. Now, I've not tried them, right, but I looked it up and it's true they've changed the recipe. Now, they've just wrecked all the cereals now. What's hilarious to me is that I was watching a documentary about honey just a few weeks ago, and it was talking about all the fake honey that gets made in China and then it gets shipped out to the UK and the US. These companies are probably using this honey saying, oh, it's good for you, it's healthy, and it's probably not even real honey. Cadbury's cream eggs used to be amazing. Now, I still love the scent of a cream egg, but they used to make it with dairy milk chocolate, and now it's cheaper chocolate. And they never told the customers that they had changed the recipe. They just hoped that nobody would notice. A few months ago, Cassandra and I were sitting watching a film and eating a box of Maltesers. And I was like, do you remember when Maltesers used to melt in your mouth? You used to be able to bite the chocolate off them and put the wee crispy bit in your mouth and it would just fizzle away. And they don't do that anymore. Now they clump down and go kind of chewy. And I don't ever remember them saying that they changed the recipe. Now, I am not saying that Maltesers are disgusting. I still like Maltesers, but they're nowhere near as good as what they used to be. Biker's Crisps, if you remember them, they still sell them. You used to put them in your mouth and they used to like melt away, a wee bit like Skips, and Skips don't even really do that anymore either. But Bikers were so flavoursome and they were bigger. The spicy ones were actually kind of spicy, and now they've got hardly any flavour. And I don't think that they ever said that they changed the recipe, but I remember them saying that they were foil wrapped because they used to be just in like a packet that you could see the crisps through. Then once they started foil wrapping crisps, I felt as if they were too crispy and not as nice. Something that I find a bit strange is that Coca-Cola has kept the sugar in their drinks despite the sugar tax, but they've reduced the sugar in the Fanta. And even though I still drink lemon Fanta, it's nowhere near as nice as what it used to be. But of course, these changes don't normally apply to food. We have this with things all the time. We have it with clothes, makeup, everything. And these companies don't think that they have to tell you that they've made these changes, and they just want to get away with giving you crap products. One of my friends would only buy one brand of jeans. She swore by this brand. She says they were the best fit, they washed the best, they didn't fade, they were amazing. And then a few months ago she went to buy a pair and they were completely different. They were different quality, the colour was different, but on the label it says that it was the same jean. You know how like they've got names for the different kinds of jeans? It was exactly the same, but the quality was horrific, and they were out the same shop. If you've got to this point in the video, you're probably thinking, who cares? Companies change recipes all the time. It doesn't matter. Get over it. Well, it does matter, because there's people out there who buy these products constantly, and then all of a sudden they change, and they don't even have any warning. I think it should be a legal requirement for companies to put new recipe, or they should at least tell you that something about the product's changed. A recent example of a company who changed their formula but didn't bother to tell their customers was Morphe. When they first brought out the Jaclyn Hill palette, it was advertised as suitable for vegans, and it was getting amazing reviews and everybody was saying it was the best palette ever. But then in recent months people were buying the palette and saying, why does everybody go on about this? It's not as good. Or, oh, my new Jaclyn Hill palette isn't as good as my old one. I wonder if they've changed the formula. And then it turned out that they had changed the formula and it also wasn't suitable for vegans anymore. Now, if you're someone who goes through a lot of makeup and you've used that Jaclyn Hill palette and you bought it because it was vegan, you're automatically going to assume that it's still suitable for vegans, and it wasn't. They didn't even put any sticker on it like declaring that or anything, and that is a really important change. Somebody on Facebook commented that companies do this all the time and their child has a special dietary requirement. So if they've been buying food for their child the whole time and it doesn't say on it that it's new and improved or it's a new recipe or whatever, they continue to give that to their child, and then it can end up making them sick because they haven't took the time to read the ingredients every single time that they've bought it. But why should they have to do that? If it's a product that you buy all the time, you don't expect it to be different from one week to the next. Imagine you were a vegan or you had a special dietary requirement and you were buying veggie burgers for Tesco, and you know that they're suitable for vegans, you've been eating them for 4 years, and then one day you go to put them in the bin and you notice on the back that it says there's egg whites or something in them, and you're like, well, it never said on the front that there was a recipe change. How long have I been eating egg whites for? I know that to somebody who's not a vegan that's not a big deal, but it could be anything. It could be something you've got like an allergy to. I'm assuming that if a company all of a sudden changed the recipe and they had nuts in their product, they would properly label it. But let's just say they didn't, right, and you had a severe nut allergy and you've been eating this food for years, never had any problems with it, and then all of a sudden they change the recipe and they don't let anybody know. You're not going to read the ingredients every single time. Then the next thing you know, you've went into anaphylactic shock and you're dead. If you're still sitting there and thinking this isn't a big deal, then you're crazy, because it is a big deal. I mean, look at Heinz. They've got 30% reduced sugar tomato sauce, but they've also got full sugar tomato sauce, and they give people the option to choose. I mean, if you bring out the option and then the reduced sugar one sells more, then okay, get rid of the full sugar one, but at least give the customer a chance to decide. As the years go on, you'll notice reduced quality in a lot of chocolate bars, not even just chocolate and crisps, but food generally. You'll notice that it just doesn't taste the same because it's poorer quality, but they keep cranking the price up. It doesn't make any sense because products already cost less to produce these days than what they did back then, but they still keep cranking the price up. It seems like every time you go and buy a packet of crisps or a chocolate bar, there's less in the packet or the bar's smaller. Chocolate bars are practically fun size now, and you're talking like 80 pence or £1 for a bar of chocolate. As long as people continue to purchase these subpar products, these companies are just going to keep peddling them out. They do not give a fuck. They don't care about their customers. They don't care about their products. They just care about making money, and people just keep on buying it, and it's just crap. I don't go to McDonald's in the UK anymore because they get rid of toffee sundaes because they claimed that they weren't popular enough, which is a complete lie. I don't eat any Kellogg's cereal anymore, only because they changed Cocoa Pops and they were so bad. And everybody on Twitter was asking them to bring Cocoa Pops back, but they just want to peddle out shit to everybody, and they didn't even care. So do you know what? They're not getting my money. People need to take a stand, and these companies need to label that the recipes have changed, and they need to make it clear on the front of the box what's changed about it. Let me know in the comments section if you've noticed any products that have changed over the years and they've never declared it to their customers. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Bye! The artificial sweeteners. So that, can you hear somebody revving their car out there? It's like 10:30 at night, sitting out there revving. Where are they going? All the shops are shut, you're not even allowed out.